Have you ever noticed how the hardest moments in life usually happen when nobody's around? No applause, no support music, no perfect timing, just you figuring things out quietly. The truth is, growing up isn't about becoming fearless. It's about learning how to face uncomfortable things alone without running away from them. Here are 10 uncomfortable things everyone needs to learn to do alone. 1. Sit with your thoughts. Most people are terrified of silence. That's why we constantly scroll, watch videos, or distract ourselves. Because the moment everything gets quiet, our real thoughts show up. Your insecurities, your regrets, your fears. But if you can learn to sit alone without escaping yourself, you become mentally stronger than most people do. Go through failure without announcing it. Not every struggle needs an audience. Sometimes you fail quietly. You lose motivation. You embarrass yourself. You feel behind in life, and nobody comes to save you. Learning to rebuild yourself privately is one of the most painful and powerful things you can do. 3. Eat alone in public. This sounds small, but for many people, it feels deeply uncomfortable. You feel judged, awkward, like everyone is watching you. But being able to enjoy your own company without needing constant validation is freedom. Confidence starts when loneliness stops feeling like punishment. 4. Make difficult decisions. At some point, nobody can choose for you anymore. Not your parents, not your friends, not the internet. You have to decide what kind of life you want, who you want to become, what you're willing to sacrifice. And the scary part, you'll never be 100% sure you're making the right choice. 5. Walk away from people you love. Sometimes the people you care about the most are also the people hurting you the most, and leaving them feels impossible. But protecting your peace often requires painful distance. Not every goodbye is dramatic. Some happen quietly, through silence and self-respect. 6. Face your own bad habits. It's easy to blame life, harder to admit. You procrastinate, you avoid responsibility, you sabotage yourself, you waste time. Real growth begins when excuses end, and nobody can do that self-reflection for you. 7. Start over. Few things feel scarier than beginning again. New city, new routine, new mindset, new version of yourself. Starting over makes you feel lost before it makes you feel better. But sometimes your old life has to fall apart so a better one can finally begin. 8. Spend time without constant attention. A lot of people don't actually want peace. They want distraction, notifications, messages, validation. But learning to exist without constantly being seen is important because your value doesn't disappear when nobody is looking at you. 9. Accept that some people will never understand you. Not everyone will support your goals. Some people will misunderstand your silence, your ambition, your boundaries, and trying to explain yourself to everyone becomes exhausting. Maturity is realizing you don't need universal approval to move forward. 10. Take responsibility for your life. This is probably the hardest one, because eventually blaming your past stops helping. Yes, life can be unfair. Yes, people can hurt you, but at some point your future becomes your responsibility. And that realization is uncomfortable, but also empowering, because it means you still have control over what happens next.